the teams are ready to go. Everybody's ready for a 9-inning show. They're swinging the bats on the opening day. It's one sure sign that summer's on the way. It's time to get ready. It's time to get hyped. So we're stealing this jingle from our friends at Monday Night. So get ready. I mean, get ready. Are you ready for some baseball? The boys of summer are playing. Yeah, you got hits and round trips and a couple pitching changes. Here come the ball, the bunts pop out, the call strikes. Now that baseball's back, everything is all right.
Greg Elliott joins us from Louisville Bats Baseball. Greg, we're good to see you again.
It's great to see you.
Baseball's.
Well, you wouldn't judge it by looking at the window right now, but yes, it is.
You guys were going to have a workout tonight?
We were going to try to hit a little bit tonight, but everybody got into town yesterday. They actually went to one of the local establishments, and I had a good time last night getting settled in. So we're going to get ready to go and open up Thursday night.
So clearly you don't get to see the shape-up, the makeup of your team until it gets pretty close to starting time, eh?
Almost till those doors of the plane open up and the guys step off and come down the ramp.
Who did they send?
Yeah, it's like opening a present on Christmas. But we're looking forward to it. We're actually going to have a public workout Wednesday night, 6:30, down at Slugger Field. And it's open to the public, obviously, and we'll have a few concession stands open. And then we do it for real Thursday night at 6:35.
And this could be another outstanding year for the Louisville Bats, even though you don't know because guys move back and forth.
Right.
You get comfortable.
They've already taken 4 of our players to Cincinnati before we even left Arizona, so hopefully those guys will get healthy in Cincinnati soon, and maybe some of those players will end up back in Louisville here in a few weeks.
What did you see out of the Reds in their first couple of victories?
Well, I tell you what, they didn't skip a beat. They picked it right back up from where they left off last year. Got great quality pitching out of their starters, and the bullpen looks sharp, and obviously a lot of offense. Yesterday, watching former Louisville bat Ryan Hannigan hit 2 home runs for the Reds, and I tell you what, they're going to be tough to beat in the Central. Your Red Sox didn't look too good against the Rangers.
No, the Rangers pulled the brooms out already. Hey, here's a nice start to your season. Sweep, 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 sweep.
Just trying to make the Baltimore Orioles feel pretty good about themselves until things get underway, and then whoop, back to the cellar.
As we move later into the season, I was listening to some clips earlier today from other things, and I remembered Patino and I had a little scrap about the Yankees and the Red Sox at one point. And finally, the Red Sox, this is several seasons ago, but I remember saving this particular recording after the Red Sox pounded the Yankees. Who's your daddy?
Well, the last time I checked, it was Rosario Patino, and unfortunately, he passed a few years ago, but the Red Sox are not my daddy. Terry, you're my daddy.
How about that? I'm your daddy.
Would that be a few years ago
yes.
from that whole incident?
Correct.
Baseball, Mr. Martinez?
Yes. Baseball rivalries are great, though.
They are, and baseball players don't forget. They go from team to team, maybe, but they'll remember certain instances that have happened in past years and bring them back up.
All right, well, let's tell people more about the Bats experience here, because it's just a great way for those of you who haven't made it to baseball for a long time. This is such a wonderful park and a great environment just to have a grand old time.
Well, especially this week. Spring break going on for Jefferson County Public Schools, so you're looking for something to do, particularly starting Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday with your kids. There's no better place to go than Louisville Slugger Field. We'll be home all weekend. We have an afternoon game on Sunday. We'll play Saturday night at 6:05, Friday night at 6:35, and, of course, open it all up Thursday night at 6:35 with the Dollar Beer Happy Hour starting at 5:30.
And the manager there, Captain Sweet, he enjoys this time of year.
He's done a great job. As a matter of fact, Rick has never lived anywhere where he's managed. He's always lived in Washington State, gone back home at the end of the season. He's actually looking to move here at the end of this season and become a permanent resident of the city of Louisville. He's fallen in love with Louisville, and he's going to make this his home.
That's great. So right now he has to assemble how things are going to go for the team, how he thinks the hitting is going to line up perfectly and so forth. So.
I tell you what, Terry, we've got a nice lineup, a lot of guys back from last year. Chris Valleca's with us, Todd Frazier, Zach Cozart, who was our MVP last year, Yonder Alonso, who's a big prospect for the Reds. He'll actually probably be playing some outfield for us. And then the 2 new prospects that the Reds are really excited about, Devin Mesoraco, who's a catcher, did real well with us last year for just a couple of weeks, the short time he was with us. And then the Double-A player of the year in the Southern League, Dave Sapelt, our center fielder. So a lot of good young talent. We should score a lot of runs. Should be a very exciting team. Obviously, we don't have a Aroldis Chapman this year, but we'll still have a lot of excitement going on at Slugger Field.
The Chapman story was fun to follow.
I tell you what, it's fun to follow him right now in the national publications. It seems like every magazine I open up now, there he is.
It's just fun to get down, get to know the bats, and then you sort of get into their stories and then follow these guys through the course of the season.
Now, we'll let fans know. A lot of people have asked me, do you still have tickets left for Thunder Day? Yes, we do, but they are going very well. So if you would like to make Slugger Field your experience, your outpost for the day for Thunder, I would suggest buying your tickets this week. And we do have a new ticket number. We are no longer with Ticketmaster. We're on our own, so our new ticket number is a toll-free number. And we'd like for all fans to call 855-228-8497, or really 855-BATS-TICKS. And you'll be taken care of by a BATS employee now, not somebody working in a phone center for Ticketmaster. So we're very excited about that.
855-BATS-TICKS.
That is correct. And that's a toll-free number.
All right, let's jump on a couple of other sporting items. Note here. Tonight, the national championship game. How does Butler match up against UConn?
I tell you what, Butler, being a Mid-American team, is one of the most physical mid-travel teams that I've seen. I mean, they play just like a Big East team. This should be a low-scoring, physical game down low. Butler will rebound right there with Connecticut. The big question is, how do you shut down Kimball Walker? And the other thing is, Sheldon Max had a great tournament so far for Butler. He made a lot of big shots. Let's see if he can continue tonight. Should be an interesting matchup.
How in the world did that game the other night, Kentucky and UConn, go the last 6 minutes with only like 4 or 5 points scored total? I mean, that was crazy.
They just got after each other. Everybody was scrapping, and like I said, it reminded me of a Big East battle. And it's a shame that Kentucky didn't come out on the winning end, but it is what it is. I would love to see, personally myself, Butler take it tonight. I think it'd be a great story for the city of Indianapolis. Let's see what happens.
And then the other thing I was going to ask you is, how long does Brad Stevens keep a job at Butler should he win tonight? Or even if he doesn't win tonight? He's made the national championship game twice. This list that came out last week has him at $434,000 a year. Clearly,
one of the hottest coaching people.
10% of the top coaches.
I think the job, obviously, he would love to have someday would be the IU job, being his native Hoosier, but I don't see Tom Crean leaving anytime soon. I'm sure Brad's name will come up with a lot of job openings here as soon as the season's over, but I don't see him leaving Butler for the next few years. They've taken very good care of him. He likes coaching there. He's from that area, and you got to tip your hat to him. He's done a great job.
Terrific to get into the championship game 2 years in a row, because last year people can always say, well, you had this freakish luck here and that happened there.
What's interesting is
the same fellow.
U of L has beaten both these teams this year.
Right.
That's an interesting dynamic going on.
UConn twice.
Yeah.
Even more fascinating, too. All right, Greg, it's always good to talk to you again.
Great to see you.
Time for Bats baseball. It starts officially on Thursday, but you said an open practice?
We'll have an open workout Wednesday night, 6:30 at Slugger Field from 6:30 to 8, and then we first pitch opening night, Thursday night, 6:35 at Slugger Field. We'll open the gates at 5:30.
Ticket number again is 855-BATS-TICKS.
That is correct.
Greg Gallia, good to see you again. Sports
Great
on
to
the
see
way
you.
here on 84 WHAS.